The organic system. You may have heard the term food system before, or maybe you've heard about computer systems, systems of government, economic systems, or a life support system. A very simplified way to think of a system is to consider the interconnections and relationships between the different parts to form a whole or to achieve a certain goal. We're going to focus on the organic system, and not just necessarily the food part, because organic also involves beverages, fabrics, cosmetics, personal hygiene, candy, etc., as well as humans such as farmers, workers, corporate owners, and consumers. And don't forget about the myriad of species that are in the organic system or impacted by it. The thing is, with a system, especially with the organic system, there is so much more than just the end products. With systems thinking, we want to look at the whole picture. Thinking about organic as a system, there are 5 major components, and how these different parts look will vary depending on scale, location, product, and more. To start our system, we have production. This entails growing a crop or raising an animal. Inputs into this piece of the system include seeds, cultural knowledge, water, labor, fertilizers, pesticides, tools, energy, soil, knowledgeable farmers, and so much more. Frequently, we rely on ecosystem services to aid us in this step as well. We need pollinators to pollinate our crops, soil organisms to make nutrients available for plants, rain to fall to water our farms, recharge our wells, and fill our waterways. This component of the organic system is typically where you would find the farmer farming. Processing. This is where we take a raw material and transform it in some way. Organic cotton into a t-shirt, milk into cheese, apples into cider, a pig into bacon, soybeans into tofu. Sometimes processing can also just be cleaning, sorting, and/or packaging materials as well. What processing looks like depends a lot on the scale of operation and the complexity of the products. Distribution and marketing involves actually getting an organic product or material out to places where consumers can then access that product. This could look like a farmer peddling their fresh produce down to the local farmer's market, or it could be a fleet of semi-trucks or ocean liners loaded with products that will be transported around the nation and globe. Part of distribution is marketing, the actual promotion of the item so there is a demand for it. Consumption. This is the purchase, the acquisition of a product, the use of a product. This is the step that some people see as the end. But there is still another major component of the system, and that is disposal. This can be the waste that is left over from a package or container, vegetable peels, broken down equipment, or food that was too damaged to make it through the processing, distribution, and consumption components, and so instead skipped from production straight to disposal. Disposal may entail composting, gleaning, fixing, recycling, all things we should strive for. It may also entail filling a landfill with trash, something we should strive to minimize. The major components of organic appear to create a simple system, but it's more complicated than that. Each component within the organic system is influenced by and influences other systems. Each step relies on resources and energy use, which in turn influences natural systems such as the carbon and hydrological cycles. Systems of government provide production and marketing regulations regarding organic. They sign trade agreements, make immigration laws, and provide subsidies. Economic systems dictate prices, loan and land availability, and worker wages. Ethical systems influence ideas about humane living conditions, appropriate uses of technology, and our relationship to other creatures. Of course, all the systems mentioned are housed within the life support system provided by planet Earth. Each action or inaction has ripple effects on other systems and our planet. When we're making decisions and using systems thinking, we should be considering interactions both short-term and long-term. Sometimes there are time delays between an action and the outcome, and sometimes the ripple effects created by a choice result in unintended consequences. Take the use of livestock manure for organic compost. Using this material takes a product, otherwise considered a waste, and puts it to good use, and helps avoid problems associated with the creation of synthetic fertilizers. But if used in excess, manure over time can cause a harmful buildup of nutrients and pollute water resources. Within the organic system and those systems connected to it, there are many perspectives, interrelationships, and potential ripple effects. Using systems thinking, we can examine the organic system from diverse angles and timelines, and thus enhance our understanding of interconnections and better inform our decisions, no matter where on the organic system we find ourselves.